So yesterday, Destiny and Beck came together, went through the screenshots, and kind of like compared their stories about the relationships with Amber. And since Destiny and Beck overlapped, they actually met each other in person. So the video they did together was actually quite interesting. They tried to keep it light-hearted, but the screenshots told a complete different story. And I think this is might end up being a two-parter or three-parter because if I just did it in one shot, it would be much longer of a video than I want it to be. But anyways, you guys, here we go. Oh, and this was made by Orange Cat. Thanks, Han. Thanks, Han, for this. But anyways, here we go.
Destiny, please answer your phone. I need you. You are freaking me out. Your texts aren't coming in.
Sorry.
We had plans today.
We still do. I just got up, okay?
I miss you. Well, I remember when that happened, it was the first time I hung out with Dana, and like I didn't plan on spending the night, but it just kind of happened. Like nothing like that happened. It just I literally sleep. And I guess I had told her that we would go and do stuff the next day. Like I guess we had planned that, but like I didn't think she was gonna make a big deal about it, honestly. I was just like clearly like we were already broken up. We had been broken up for like 2 weeks.
Right. And it's like at that point, why would she even be like that's just kind of weird to be doing after a breakup anyway. Usually when people break up, they don't see each other anymore.
I know, but we still lived together. And then that was another thing when we were still living together.
I get that.
Like we had a guest room and she wouldn't let me sleep in the guest room. I still had to sleep in the bed with her. And
right.
I know that,
yeah, she did the same thing to me.
Yeah, that's highly bizarre that she does that. She did the same thing with Crystal, the Crystal era. When Crystal family told her she has to move out, she slept in the bed with Crystal, and I was like, why didn't you just sleep on the couch? And I guess people asked her that question. She was like, well, I'm not going to make Crystal get a new bed. And we're all like, what do you mean you're not going to make her family get a new bed? Sleep on the couch? The fuck? You know? And I think she does that because she thinks somehow that will make people change their minds about breaking up with her, that is so bizarre. That is so bizarre.
Yeah. And I mean, it was rough. And then, like I said, I was hanging out with Dana. I went over there. I didn't even go over there till like 7:00 that night. Like I spent all day that Saturday with her.
Wait, you spent all that day Saturday with Amber Lynn?
Yeah, like I didn't go see Dana until like it was after 7:00.
So she expected you to come back the next day and have all these plans with her?
No, she expected me to come back still that night. I wasn't supposed to spend the night. Like I said, it just kind of happened.
Right, but I mean, who cares? You're not her partner anymore.
Exactly. And like at that point in time, we were going like every Sunday because at that job we worked at, most of the time we were only off on Sundays. So Sundays were for like, she always wanted to go to Lexington and spend money and do all these things. And I just, like I said, we did it every Sunday. So like, why did one time that you missed it matter that much?
Right.
And she always wanted to go to the movies not till like 10:00 at night. Like,
why so late?
Exactly. Why? But
with that, I think because then the theater is not packed, I guess. I never went to a late movie. I think it's because then the theater won't be packed, she won't be self-conscious. And the whole Dana and Destiny thing, I think Destiny still lived with Amber because that lease was not up for a couple months. So that's why she didn't move out yet, if I remember correctly from the previous story that she told.
Get there like an hour early to pick a seat and get situated and all that stuff. I think it's in like these messages in the next couple of them. You'll see she says something about getting there early to get a seat and get snacks and all that.
Okay, that's all right. I have seen most of these, but I still feel like there's probably some things I haven't seen yet.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, when I sent you these ones, it was like 152 screenshots.
Yeah, no, it was a lot. I miss you too.
Do you really?
Yes. I'll be home when I get home. Be thinking what we are doing today. Sorry, be thinking about what we're doing today.
It is Sunday. Things close sooner. Come home soon.
Okay.
Are we eating somewhere? What did you want to text me? I don't know like what she means by what did you want to text me? Because like I don't know really why we were on here messaging. I know that we had both just got new phones. We had both switched
Okay.
from an iPhone to an Android, and then she hated it, but they wouldn't let her give the phone back. So then she just started using her iPhone again. But I had an Android, and I think she used Messenger because she couldn't see my red receipts.
Oh yeah, that's whenever she started carrying around 2 phones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't understand this whole phone situation too. It wasn't until I asked one of my friends, like, I'm an Android girly pop, okay? And he's an iPhone girly pop, okay? So I'm like, what's the difference, you know? And I was explaining the story to him. He said with iPhone, you can see the other person's location. Of Android, you could not. So it made sense. So yeah. Yeah. Okay, you guys understand what I'm trying to say because I'm not an iPhone user. So it makes sense why Amber with the iPhone thing. It makes sense.
still like she had service to the Android for a while and still vlogged and stuff with the iPhone because she
Yeah.
refused to vlog with anything else.
Yeah, no.
And then she got really over that phone, and that comes into messages. I think it's a good bit away from these ones, but you see me and her arguing about this whole phone thing.
Right. Nothing, just said I would.
Do you want to do those things today? I'm almost ready.
Okay.
You on your way? I'm too excited to get out of the house.
Not yet. Soon though.
Are you excited to hang out with me?
Yes.
I'm sorry for all the calls and texts. I just feel like my heart is being ripped out of my chest slowly. In a way, I feel like I'm handling it better than I could be.
I am like, huh? You're handing it. You are harassing and stalking this woman. Technically stalking. You're harassing her. She's moved on. She's a new boo thing. Like let her live. Set her free. But no, Amber wasn't about that life. Amber wasn't about that life. She needs a caretaker 24/7. We all know this. I mean, these two are better people than I am, you guys. They are so much of better people than I am putting up with Amber's BS. Oh, hell no.
Wants to give me pills.
What pills? The F?
Anxiety pills, I guess.
Oh, where would she get those?
She has them. Are you on your way now?
Not yet.
But there are a lot of things I want to do. I don't want to be rushed, and it looks like I'm going to have to be. And I want to go and buy the movie theater ticket way early and get the seat I want. We were supposed to do my hair today before we did anything.
Okay.
Listen, this is what I was talking about when I said I had to pick her hair. Her hair, like the way that she left it was in a bun. And then, like, I don't know. Her hair was so long. It
I
like
know.
went past her butt. And she kept it in that bun all the time. Well, she had like kept it in that bun, and then
And it got matted, didn't it?
It like not only did it get matted, but like it was like the front of her, like how my hair does this, like the front of hers, she had like kept doing it like that, but it was like super long, and she kept like just curving it kind of like with her head and tucking it into the bun, and like I don't know, I had the picture for so long on my phone of like the way it looked because I was just like, you look crazy right now.
So to me, it sounds insane that her hair would get matted from wearing like that. What it tells me is that Amber wasn't washing her hair like she's supposed to be washing her hair. So probably her hair was oily, and once she put her hair up in a bun like that, all that oil hair settled, and all that oil settled on her scalp, and her hair got matted. Oh, that is just nasty, Amber. That is nasty. But yeah, that's what it sounds like Amber was doing to her hair.
Yeah.
But she wanted me to fix her hair from not being like that before we went and did anything. But when I finally did do that, it took me like 3 hours.
Wait, so do this entire time whenever she said we were supposed to do my hair today before we did anything, she meant that you were supposed to pick her hair.
Yeah.
I thought this entire time you were supposed to take her to get her hair done.
No, I couldn't get her to. I mean, she wouldn't have gone with it like that. But for a long time, I told her she needed to go and get it like trimmed.
First of all, I think she knew. I think Amber knew that she wasn't going to be fitting in those chairs. I don't know if you ever went to a hair salon. I don't think the chairs would have accommodated her size to begin with, and I think she knew that. That's why she didn't want to go. But she could have paid somebody to come to her house and do her hair like that. So I don't understand why she didn't do that either.
Because like a couple weeks before we broke up, she tried to trim it herself, and she just like I said, it was like past her butt. She threw it over her head and then tried to just like cut straight across like the ends, and it ended
can't
up
do that.
like this. Like it was in like a V because it wasn't even. She had so many dead ends. And I was like, now it looks like crap. And now you have to cut off even more. So then I had to cut it straight across. And it was straight across, but then she kept putting it up in that bun, like I said, and it turned into that mess.
Yeah. No, I get it, because she would do that and leave it like that, and then it would get matted, and I would have to sit there for hours and pick out that rat's nest, and it would be so greasy, and it would take so long, and it would hurt her. Like, she would cry and stuff because it would be so painful. And it's like, please get your hair cut, then it'll be easier to,
Literally.
manage. But she would not do it. She absolutely refused.
Yeah, that's insanity. You're in tears because your hair's all matted, but then you refuse to cut it. But then you keep on wearing your hair the same way. And yeah, that's insanity. That is absolute insanity.
No. And like when I picked her hair, I used like an actual, like I went to Sally's and got stuff. I got like a pick, and I used like baby oil. I used conditioner. I used so much stuff.
Yeah, it's like you were really trying, and it's like she wasn't trying to keep it from happening.
Yeah,
but we had to try to take care of it.
I only did it the one time. She had never done that before.
I'd had to do it more than once.
Yeah.
So, geez. But it's like, at least you were willing to still try to do it, and you were broke up with her.
Yes.
That was not your place.
None of it was. Like, all
Dang,
of these
man.
things that she still made me do for so long, none of that really was my responsibility. But, like, at the time, I felt bad because
she didn't have nobody else.
By herself, and she had nobody else. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yes, this is the part I wanted to really hit on. A lot of people who keep on saying, well, Beck didn't have to do anything. Beck could have just, whatever, just left Amber. This is the part I was trying to say to people, like, they have a heart. They felt bad for this chick because she was there by herself, didn't have anybody. I mean, like, she doesn't really have anybody right now. I mean, she has a mom. But you know what I mean? Like, she acted so helpless and so lost. They felt bad for her. That's what happened. That's how people get sucked in with Amber. She makes people feel bad for her. And people do. And then the next thing when they wake up, they're in too deep. They're in too deep.
That was her own fault. Because, like, I mean, she was hanging out with Charlotte and his cousin. And, like, but she didn't want to hang out with them unless her hair wasn't like that, for one. And then, like, she didn't want to talk to them about that kind of stuff. She just wanted to be, like chameleon to them. Like, she just, like, formed to hanging out with them.
Right. Yeah, she didn't want them to see that side of her.
Yeah.
Because it was embarrassing.
Yeah, it was.
Right. But it's like it was totally fine for us to see that. And for us to have to deal with it,
Literally. Why don't you want to leave yet?
I'm about to. I'll text you when I leave.
Why don't you care that I want to spend the day outside of the house?
I do.
You don't.
Okay, so that part to me was wild to me. Like, how come you don't care that I want to spend the day outside of the house? It's like, the fuck? Girl, get a cab. I'm pretty sure there was cabs where you lived at. Get a cab. Go do what you gotta do on your own. You're a grown-ass woman. And also, you guys remember that Amber was 27, I think, at this point. And Destiny was only 21. And with the way these conversations go, you would think Destiny was the 27-year-old and Amber was the 21-year-old. It is, arrested development in her part. Arrested development.
Don't, LOL. You would have left already.
I do. Please don't.
Then can you just leave now? I've been ready and waiting like a complete loser.
I am soon.
That's what you have been saying for 2 hours now.
I am, though.
What is taking so long?
I feel like she would be whining the entire time. I'm so surprised she wasn't calling you back to back, dude.
She was. That's why she was saying she was sorry for all the texts and calls, because she was calling me. If I wasn't responding to her on this, like, very quickly, she was trying to call me and everything. And, like, there's some of the times you can see where it took me a while to call her back. It's because Dana took my phone and, like, would either turn it off or just put it somewhere else because we were getting very annoyed.
Right. I mean, I don't blame you guys either. Like, this is your ex. She shouldn't be calling and texting. Where are you? Where are you?
Literally.
It's like, you don't have control over me anymore, man.
Now, what she was trying to do here with Destiny, she was trying to draw a wedge between Destiny and Dana in making them break up in the hopes of somehow she'll work the magic and getting Destiny back. But Destiny was a lot more strong headed than Beck was. Destiny wasn't having it, as you see in these text messages. But I think that was her game plan, was to drive Dana away from Destiny.
I am, though.
What's taking so long?
Nothing.
Then there you go. If you aren't doing anything and you know what I'm going through, you'd tell Dana you have to go. I just wish I understood everything better.
I'm sorry.
Can you explain it to me? Explain why I'm here waiting for you when we should already be hanging out.
I don't have an explanation.
Do you just not want to be near me?
That's not it.
I mean, it's very clear, Amber, that Destiny did not want to be hanging out with you today. Like, come on.
You want to be around her.
Sorry.
We have plans though, Destiny.
I am coming.
You're completely putting me last.
Oh my God. You have no idea how many times she would say that to me.
Oh my god, you guys. So, since her and Emily broke up again for the 10,000th time, do you think she's doing the same thing to Emily? Even though, good thing they don't live in the same state, huh? Do you think she's still calling Emily, going like, "You don't care about me? How come you're not texting me and staying on the phone with me 24/7 like you used to?" And who does that? Who stays on the phone as long as, oh, she expects people to stay on the phone with her? That's insanity.
You're completely putting me last. You're always putting me last.
Oh my gosh.
Not trying to.
We aren't going to have time for me to do anything. Need to be at the movies at 10. I want to go to Target. I want to eat. It will take us an hour.
Of course, she wanted to eat. Of course, you can forget the eating. Actually, I was laughing when I actually read that part when she said, "And of course, I want to eat." When I want to eat, I was like, "Of course, Goody Pop. We can't forget about the food. Cannot forget about the food."
To get there. Like, what are you doing to me? You're torturing me. I would never do this to you.
I'm going to be there soon.
You haven't even left yet, Destiny.
I'm really sorry. I am about to.
How can you be really sorry if you aren't doing anything about it? You only say sorry if you're going to change what is hurting someone.
Okay, guys, listen to this bullshit. She is scolding Destiny for what reaction channels have been scolding her for years for. And she always says sorry, but she hasn't been on changing. But she is scolding Destiny for the same thing. It's like, okay, MB, okay.
become cold. I always thought the world of you. I never met someone like you. Kind, gentle, patient, understanding, warmest heart I've ever met. But now, look at you. I don't understand what has happened.
Amberlynn, I'm not being cold. Please stop making me feel like a shit person.
This is cold. It really is. We had plans that you aren't caring about.
I am.
If you cared, we would be in Lexington right now.
Okay.
We probably won't get to Lexington until 7 p.m. How am I supposed to eat peacefully and then wander around Target in such a short amount of time?
Wait, how is she supposed to be eating peacefully? What? I mean, oh my god. So people around her are supposed to cater to her. They're supposed to live their lives revolving around her. Yeah, no thank you. No thank you.
That's not true.
I wanted to spend all day with you. That was the plan.
I'm about to leave.
You've been saying that for hours.
I really am.
Please call me.
No.
Why not?
Yeah, that took me out when Destiny flat out said no. That definitely took me out. I was like, good for you.
When I leave, I will.
You just said you were leaving? You always told me you'd be here for me no matter what. You're proving otherwise lately.
Stop, please.
I just want to get out of the house and have a good time, and it's like pulling your teeth out. Have you left yet? Are you getting my text? I feel really sick, and I am having an anxiety attack. I really need someone.
Yeah, I was waiting for your call, but didn't get one.
Calling.
No, you really didn't put up with much. Like, you did put up with some stuff, but you also were really quick to put your foot down. And she let you do it because she also had this adoration for you that I don't think she's had for anybody else.
No, I think Amber is one of those people you have to put your foot down. Sad, unseen, is sad. You meet her first time, you have to put your foot down. Otherwise, if you don't, she's gonna think that she'll be able to have a free reign over you, you know? Like, she's one of those people. Like, if you don't put your foot down, she's gonna take advantage, or she's gonna attempt to take advantage, unfortunately.
I don't know what it was. Like, I mean, when me and her first got together, she tried to be that way towards me, you know, just like, you know how she is. And I was like, that don't fly with me. It doesn't. Like, I don't care who you are to me. You're not going to treat me like that. Like, because the girl I was with before her treated me like that. And I was like, that is not happening ever again. And like, never even acted like that until after we moved in together. Like, we weren't even moved in together a month. And we got into that huge argument where I accidentally called her Pookie. And she walked home from.
Oh, yeah, Pookie, the Pookie story. Huh. I used to have a cat named Pookie, but it wasn't fat like Amber. But he was orange. He was very cute. Anyways, let's continue.
Walmart. That was not a month living together.
Are you serious?
I really didn't care. I was like, I mean, if you're not going to answer my texts, you're not going to answer my calls, and you're running away on a scooter in Walmart, I'm going to just leave you there. So that's what I did, and I left her there. And she walked home. And
wait, so she was running away in a scooter from you?
First of all, we were both in scooters because she always made me ride in one too.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah. Anytime, like, I don't know.
Let me guess. So people weren't looking just at her.
Yes.
Okay, of the era that Destiny's talking about was when they just moved in a month after they moved in together. Amber wasn't really, I mean, she put on some pounds, she was packing them in, but she wasn't that big for her to be always be in scooters. That's the part I never understood. So Destiny leaves at Walmart and now all of a sudden, oh, you're able to walk home? Bitch.
She was like, well, I don't want to ride by myself. And I mean, for the most part, when we went to Walmart, it was at like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. So, I mean, there wasn't many of them being used. So,
well, Destiny, it doesn't matter. You knew it was wrong. It doesn't matter what time you went. It does not matter. You knew what you did was wrong. Now you're trying to make excuses for your bad behavior. Yeah, that's what you're doing right now.
Like, I didn't feel as bad, but like, I didn't want to ride on the scooter anyway. Like, it was dumb.
Right.
And
you could walk faster.
We were, I want to say, like in the coloring books or something. And I just like was casually talking to her and said it. And she didn't even say anything to me. She just scooted away. Just gone. So I started calling her and texting her, and she wasn't responding. And then when she did answer, she was like, I don't know, like she was like yelling, and she sounded like she was crying. And she was like, why did you call me that? And I just like it was just like a habit kind of thing, said it. So I was like, didn't even really register what I said to her. And then when she said it to me, she said, you called me Pookie or whatever. I was like,
you had literally only been with her for a month.
Yeah. I mean, we had been talking for a while. Like, this was like July. We had been talking since like February or something.
Right. So, I mean, that's still just a few months.
Like, we had just recently met, you know, in that month too, you know, like physically met. So it's
yeah.
It was a whole thing.
When she moved from Virginia to Florida.
Yes. And like then she hung up on me, and then she just wouldn't answer me again. She wouldn't answer my text. I was like, okay, well, where are you? Like, I want to go home. Like, clearly we're not getting anything, or like whatever we were there for. So, and thankfully we were at the Walmart close to our apartment. We usually stopped at the one by our work, which was like 30 minutes away. So miraculously we were there, and I left. I was like, fine. I'm not dealing with this. So I left.
You guys, didn't Amber embellish this story? And sorry for a little bit of noise. I'm sitting outside. It's too nice, and it's supposed to rain today. So I'm like, I'm going to take it, sit outside. But didn't Amber embellish this story, and said that she got a ride from the police officer and the police chief or something like that, and they complimented her? I'm making this stuff up. I think I heard something about this.
I'm surprised that she walked home.
I was so surprised too. But like at this point, she hadn't been working yet. So like, I don't know. She was just chilling at the house for the most part. So she had to have built up some stamina just sitting around.
How was it when she came home?
Well, when I got home, I still had been trying to call her. Like, I was like, every little bit I got away from the Walmart, I was like, I don't want to get all the way home and then her be like, come get me or something, like, it was dumb. So
But she probably still wasn't picking up, was she?
No. And she wasn't answering my texts. Like, she wasn't even reading them. Anything. So I was like, whatever. Like, she can figure it out. Or I'll go get her eventually, like, when I feel like it. Like, on my term.
Good for you, Destiny. Good for you. That's how you treat a toddler. You don't give them everything that they want. Otherwise, they know they behave that way, they're going to get whatever they want. No, you don't do that. That's how you treat a toddler. And Amber is a 34-year-old toddler. I mean, then she was like, what? How old was Amber when she met Destiny? A 25-year-old toddler. Yeah, she was like 25. Jesus effing Christ. Jeez. Anyways, let's continue.
So then I got home. I cleaned up a little bit of stuff. Did what I needed to do. And I got in the shower. Like, I just went about my nightly routine. Like, I got in the shower, took my shower. And right about the time I was getting out of the shower and I was trying to get dressed, she had been calling me. She'd called me like twice. And I was like, oh, of course. Now you're ready. Now that I'm like in my pajamas. So when I answer it, she's like, I'm most of the way home. I'm like, what do you mean you're most of the way home? Like, how did you get there? And she was like, I walked.
I mean, I know Amber was a lot lighter. She wasn't like in the 500s, but she was in the 400s. 400s. If she was capable of walking then, what's making us believe that she cannot walk now? Except for she just doesn't want to. You know what I mean? Like, who's to say this woman is not capable of doing shit for herself? What we know she is. Because she's forced to live by herself now, so she has to do shit for herself. But, I mean, like, as far as physical activities and stuff, like, I think she's capable of doing more than she's willing to admit.
I'm so shocked.
I was so shocked. I was like, well, do you want me to come get you? And she was like, no. So she finished walking home.
She was too proud.
Yeah. And then, like, I really don't remember what happened once she got home. And, like, we just went about her business. Like, I don't think it was ever actually settled.
You don't think that? I'm just really surprised that she didn't just, like, keep you locked and cornered into an argument all night and you got no sleep. Because if that would have happened with me and her, that's what she would have done with me. She would not have came home and just went about her night. It would have been hell on earth.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
That's because she knew with you she could get away with that because you're a soft, gentle person. And that's why she was able to push you as far as she did with you. You know, anybody else would have been like, Amber, I don't think so. But with you, she knew that you were very patient, you were very gentle, and you were very soft. That's why she pulled the shit that she did with you, honestly.
I would have remembered if we got into like another argument or like was yelling at each other or whatever. But no, I don't remember that. So like either it was a really bad argument, it's like blacked out. Like I don't really do that though. So it's like, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. Like, I think I probably just ignored her because that's what I did a lot of the time when she just acted like that. I would just ignore her. Like, that's not going to get anywhere with me.
I'm surprised you were able to ignore her. She just made it so difficult for me too, because she would just make it to where I was really never out of her sight.
Yeah, I get it. Especially when y'all were there at Eric and Ricky's. Like, where were you supposed to go?
Right. And it's like she wanted to keep me away from them.
Yeah, she didn't want them to think badly of her.
No, like she always thought that if she wasn't in the room with us, that's what we were doing, was all talking crap about her. Like our entire world revolved around talking crap about her. And that just wasn't the case. Did it happen? Yeah. But it did not happen all the time.
Yeah.
Oh man, I could not imagine being back in that situation. Imagine Eric and Ricky coming back to bitch about Amber, right? You know. And then Amber coming back to bitch about the other people. I would not want to be in that situation, man. No way, Jose. No way. And that's why Beck messed up. Beck should have just left Amber in her own place and just dated each other that way. But we know that's not how Amber functions. Whoever says hi to her, she moves him in the very second. So, yeah.
because I mean, it's nice to take a break from thinking about you, talking about you, dealing with you.
Yes.
Like, I don't understand.
And it's like, I'm actually able to vent to people who get it because they're here witnessing it all.
Yeah. And it's not like she's quiet about anything, so it's not like they didn't already know. Just because you weren't in the room with them doesn't mean they didn't know what was going on.
Oh, yeah, they could hear everything.
Oh, yeah.
Because we all know Amber wasn't quiet either when she was mad.
Yeah. No. Did not care.
Yeah, apparently not, because she was in a live stream 2 nights ago, apparently cursing the pay members out. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Well, we've seen this from Foodie. Why am I shocked? Why am I shocked? But apparently she was in there cursing everybody out. So, yeah, there you go.
No, she didn't. Whew, we are way off topic. Are you ready to keep going on these screenshots?
Okay, so these are on that hate group about me. Dana is doing exactly what breaks my heart every single day regarding being on YouTube. I would appreciate it if you would talk to her and tell her to stop. This is completely disrespectful. Destiny, you know everything I've been through with this. This girl you like is now beating down the girl you used to love. Please make this stop.
You guys, I missed this part, or this portion of the relationship. Did Destiny ever say she was in love with Amber? I missed that part. I mean, I knew Amber was madly in love with Destiny, but did Destiny ever say she was in love with Amber? And then the other thing is, like, do you really ever really stop loving somebody? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Wait, now I'm getting my own head. Like, do you ever stop being in love with somebody if you don't just stop loving somebody, right? I don't know. Anyways, let's keep on going.
Well, I mean, Dana was very against not even being civil with Amberlynn when me and her we weren't even dating yet. We were just talking and had gone on like a date. Like, and then like we hung out at her house and she was just very against Amberlynn. Like, she didn't want anything to do with her. She didn't like nothing. So Amberlynn sent me these screenshots because,
I mean, to be fair, I do understand Dana's point here. Like, what would you want to do, have anything to do with your girlfriend's ex? You're already in a weird situation where the ex is still living with the girlfriend. I understand they were bound by the lease, but why would Dana want anything to do with Amberlynn? I'll be in the same position as Dana.
it's a hate group on Facebook, and of course Amberlynn was part of it. You know, she had to be reading about herself.
Of course, always.
Literally, Dana just posted a picture of her and I, and people were just commenting on it, like, you know, how do you deal and all that. And she was constantly like in these Facebook groups. She was constantly on like Discord. She was constantly on all that stuff.
Yeah, I know. Like, especially Kiwi Farms. She drove herself crazy with Kiwi Farms.
Yes, I'd be like, why are you reading that? Like, if it's upsetting you, why are you doing that to yourself? Like, why are you just continuously reading it and just like putting yourself down, basically?
Yeah. Like,
well, unfortunately, Amber and Foodie are still doing the same thing. Apparently, Amber has managed to take down a couple of her subreddits. She keeps on taking them down, so she's still not old fuck shit. So, hey, whatever. She has all the time in the world, you know. Whatever to fill out the time, I guess.
I don't know. She just did it so much to the point that she started letting it control everything that she did. And like, that's what was going into her videos and stuff, was her trying her hardest to do what she can to change people's minds or to prove somebody wrong in some way, somehow. But we all know that she would just end up messing up in the end anyway, especially like if people would say, you're not going to go through on this diet. She's like, yes, I am. And she would literally do it for like 5 days and then quit. But I'm getting way off topic. I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. The diet thing, that's crazy. Cause like when me and her still lived here, like before we moved to Kentucky, like there was a point where she was trying all these different diets and going on Weight Watchers and all that. And I was like, first of all, Weight Watchers is some kind of subscription. You have to pay for it. I was like, I'm tired of paying for it. And then you don't do it. Or like they give you those cheat points to use, like if you're out to eat or whatever, and she'd use all of them like the first day. And I'm like, why are we doing this? Like, it's just pointless. And then she'd be like, well, I want to do this kind of diet. And we'd go to the grocery store and spend all this money on groceries and then go out to eat.
Yeah, and then that food would rot.
Literally, I was like, you need to, like, we didn't make very good money. I don't know how we really survived at that apartment. Like, I don't know. Like, she managed the money. I don't know how she managed the money, but she did. And I was like, you need to pick groceries or going out to eat. Like, it doesn't matter who one, but we can't do both. Not with the amount of money we were making. I was like, it's just not going to work out that way. And
well, from the videos that I remember watching around this era, Amber will always penny pinch what Destiny bought. If they were out at Walmart or wherever they were at and Destiny wanted to buy something, she would penny pinch what Destiny bought so that way to ensure that she got to get what she wanted in the long run. That's how you're able to do it, because I watched some of those videos from the angle. I'm like, how is Destiny not seeing this? She doesn't want you to buy what you want to buy so that way she can buy whatever the F she wants to buy. That's how you're able to eat out, homie. That's how you're able to eat out.
Right.
Then
I
it would
mean,
just be like, well, I really need to go on a diet. And I'm like, I'm not against you going on a diet. Do what you need to do, but you can't decide to go on this diet and then us leave Walmart and go to like Denny's. We were regulars at Denny's for so long.
really.
We ate there like every night for so long. It was ridiculous.
I can kind of see that though, because that became Cheesecake Factory whenever we moved to Lexington.
And that's so expensive to keep
It-
on doing.
It really, really was.
That's god awful.
And you guys, I've never eaten at a Cheesecake Factory. What's the big deal about it? Like, why is everybody so like, oh my god, you have to go to Cheesecake Factory? I don't understand. Can somebody please let me know in the comment section what is so fantastic about Cheesecake Factory?
I mean, we had like, we'd walk in and they'd be like chit chatting us up, and we had our spot like that they kept for us. Like, it was an every night thing. Shameless now.
Yeah, what was the whole Shameless now thing?
Because we had started watching Shameless together like right before Christmas. No, we started watching it Black Friday because we went to Lexington to Black Friday shop, and we went to Denny's because we hadn't been to a Denny's in a while, and that was our thing, whatever. And the waitress was telling us about Shameless. She couldn't remember the name of the show being Shameless, but she was just telling us all the kooky things that happened in it. So we were like just really into watching it. And that was basically when she would say that, it was because she was upstairs or downstairs watching TV, and I was either opposite of her and she'd want to watch it.
Speaking of Shameless, have you guys ever watched the original Shameless, which is the British version? That shit was crazy. It was raunchy as heck. I've never seen the American version. I'm pretty sure the American version have to like tame it down a bit, but the British one, that is the one to watch.
So, okay, this is the juicy stuff that I had no idea about, dude. Had no idea.
Oh my gosh, yes. Okay. I don't remember how she met these people, for one. And I don't know if that, like, I know that that's their names, but like, I mean, I don't know. She was talking to a girl named, and then another person. I don't remember like their pronouns or anything. They just went by. That's all I know. But okay, so I don't know if she was in a relationship with anybody or if she was single or like what was going on with that. I just know that like they talked a lot, and this was after me and her broke up. Like, this was very quickly after me and her broke up. So that's why I didn't understand why when I did go out hang out with Dana, like what was the big deal? Why weren't you talking to one of these people? Because she was talking to these people right after we broke up.
Of course, I mean that's just what she does every time.
Literally.
That's what makes me like she's talking to people behind our backs anyway. Is what she was doing.
Oh yeah. Like I don't remember like how they met or like really anything about her. I just remember that she was talking to this person. But this is juicy. Okay. Was married. And also in a relationship with like an older woman. Like I remember Amber Lynn telling me that it was technically like a grand person. Like I said, I don't remember.
That's really, really interesting. Amber Lynn does have an affinity for like married people. Casey told a similar story about her trying to get with married people, or maybe putting a wedge. And then we have Erica, and then we're hearing this story. And I'm pretty sure there's many, many, many other stories we don't know about married couples that she tried to break up. Interesting.
Their pronouns. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, how old is this person? And she was like, I think, they're only like 32 or, something. Like they were in their early 30s. So I was like, well, how are they already a grandparent? Like that's very like early.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, their wife is like, I think she said that they were in their 50s or something. And it was like her kids from a previous marriage.
Oh, okay.
And they had grandchildren together. And I was like, well, why is this person talking to you if they're married? Like.
Wait, so were they talking like that?
Yes.
No way.
Oh, yeah. And like, I want to say lived in like Arkansas or Texas or something. I don't know where they lived. But I remember her saying something about like wanted to leave their wife, wanted to be away from it. but like didn't at the same time. Like it was like they were too chicken to go through with it.
Okay, so Amber fought for the Doki Dog. That's pretty much what happens when cheaters, especially who are married, that's the line that they always get. That's the line that they always give. Like, she fought for the Okie Dog. Dummy.
Like there was too much invested, probably, which it sounds like there was. And I was like, if I were you, I wouldn't get in that mess because that just sounds like a big mess. Like you're just this other woman to this married person. Like leave that alone.
Right.
And like she didn't. And I know that they were having, you know, like phone stuff. I know they were doing that, and she was doing that. Like,
oh my God.
I don't know why she was trying to talk to Casey. That was weird. Like,
So
I don't
she was
know
trying
why.
to talk to Casey during this. She was also talking to, and married.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And we were broken up, and you see the way she was still treating me. And
That's
I don't know
so
why
crazy.
I don't know why she was trying to talk to Casey, like at all, because this was right after all that stuff happened with Casey. So, like, I don't know
why would she be asking Casey won't talk to me anymore? Because you just accused him of something awful?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane. You just accuse somebody of rape, but then at the same time, here you are being pissed off that they won't talk to you. You just falsely accuse somebody of rape. And now in the background, you're trying to reach out to them. Something is seriously wrong with Amber. Something is seriously wrong with her.
And all that boiled down to was that she used the wrong word.
I know, it absolutely breaks my heart because that could have potentially ruined everything for him forever.
I mean, anyone can Google your name when you go to put in for a job, and someone could have easily seen that, connected to him.
Right.
And been like, dude, there's all this stuff about you on the internet. I don't know if I want my company to be a part of what you got going on.
Yeah, exactly. It's very detrimental to someone, and he's in a good place, but you know, it could have really been potentially bad, and she just doesn't care about that.
No.
And honestly, with Amber, recent days, I have a video on this where she accused Casey of the same thing again. She accused him of the same thing again. I would sue the living shit out of her. She is not just saying it to a few people. She's saying this on a huge platform, falsely accusing somebody. Yeah, sue her.
She wanted the attention for the video.
Oh, for sure.
Because she was the victim in the video.
I just feel like it was so manipulative.
Literally.
Manipulative and, I don't know, just very disgusting. And it makes me sick to my stomach that I even was a part of this. Like, I was even with this person who was capable of being like that.
Right? Like, I never watched, like, from the time we got together, or, like, even when we were talking, like, before we have physically met. I never watched her videos. Like, when me and her first started talking, she didn't even tell me she had a YouTube channel. Like, I don't remember how I stumbled upon it. I want to say she had posted something on Instagram, and I was like, she posts YouTube videos. And, I mean, she wasn't very big yet. But when I saw them, I said something about it to her, and she was like, oh, my gosh, don't watch my videos. I was like, why? And, I mean, it was like those early on videos where they weren't very interesting anyway, so it was like I didn't really want to watch it.
Right.
But it was like, okay, you know, like, if you don't want me to watch them, I'm not going to watch them. And then, like, when we got together and she was, like, posting more and more, I still never watched them just because, like, I was living it. So, like, why did I need to watch what you did? I know what you did today.
Right.
So
See, this is the part where I wish Destiny would have watched the videos so that way she could put Amber on blast in the videos, because she didn't really edit her videos that much back then. Even now, she barely ever do. Well, now she does to take out her heavy breathing. But I wish she would have watched them to put her on blast. And for Beck, I wish she would have watched the videos, because then they were doing live streams. So Beck could put her on blast during the live streams. What's Amber gonna do about it? You know what I mean? Yeah.
And then I never knew when she was filming. I never knew, like, what she was filming. I didn't know what she was going to edit out. Like, I knew nothing.
Right. Me either. I get it.
Like, because she was doing that, I didn't know what was being posted because I also wasn't watching it. So it was like a lot of the videos she posted of me where it's, like, very controversial for me, I didn't know she was going to leave that stuff in there. Or, you know, like, I just didn't know.
Right.
Because here's my theory. She did that because she was getting so much hate. She thought if she made the partners look worse than her, then she'll come out looking like roses. But it backfired on her. But I think that's where her mentality was at. Like, well, if I can make this person look worse than me, then they won't look at me as this horrible person.
that it was even going to be like posted on the internet. Like there was no forewarning that like, hey, I'm recording you. It's going to go live, basically.
Right, and that was just a big invasion of your privacy anyway.
Let's see. Me and Beck are bad. Ugh. Casey won't talk to me anymore.
What?
I just have no one.
Yes, you do.
Who?
Me and Dana.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I'm crying because I feel so shitty.
Don't.
And maybe you should. WTF.
And you're just like, WTF. You really
No
probably
one
didn't, did you?
Huh?
You probably didn't truly give too much of a crap, did you?
No, like I'm like, why are you telling me your business? Like,
Because
I
she
don't
wanted
know.
you to care, Destiny.
Clearly. No one wants me. I'm so tired of getting hurt.
You'll find someone.
And
So
then
like,
these were screenshots with me and you.
oh yeah. Honestly,
Because
I wasn't being very honest to you either. Like, I wasn't that excited to meet her. I was just like, it was fun to have.
You guys, when I heard Beck say this part, I was like, oh, tea. This is some tea. You were not even that thrilled to meet her. Oh boy. Only if you listen to your gut instinct, Beck. Only if you listen to your gut instinct.
Have somebody to talk to, but she was really trying to push things so quick.
she does. Like when me and her first started talking, like she immediately wanted to be like on FaceTime and like just phone calls all the time. And I mean, when we first started talking, I was still in a relationship, so I was like, I can't be doing all that. Like, I don't want to do all that. I didn't really know her. Like, we weren't talking like that yet.
Right.
And like it slowly became that on my part. That was my bad. But and then it was like,
right, but she was probably still inserting herself a lot.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't she?
Oh yeah. And then once I broke up with the girl I was with, it was like we constantly had to be on like FaceTime or whatever. Like I didn't even have an iPhone when me and her got together. It was one of the Samsung phones, and she was like, you really need to get an iPhone. I was like, well, I can't just go get an iPhone or whatever. So to get her to shut up about it, I switched phones with my stepbrother. He had like an iPhone 5. Me and him switched phones, so that way I didn't have to hear about it anymore. Because at that point, me and her had been FaceTiming on my iPod.
But
so yeah, with this whole iPhone thing, like my friend told me, on iPhone you can see each other's locations. So this is why she insists all of her exes to have iPhones, so she can stalk them from distance or near. She can see exactly what they're up to. That is creepy. Oh hell no, that is creepy. I'm happy with my Samsung. I'm happy with my Android. Thank you very much. I'm very happy with it.
Had to be FaceTime. Couldn't just call on the phone.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
It was dumb.
Oh my God. But like literally, she would want to do that with me, and I just wasn't about that. So I would just be like, oh, I'm tired. I want to go to bed. And then I would still actually just sit up and like watch TV for a little bit longer. Like I wasn't in the mood to talk to her. I wasn't feeling that way. We weren't dating, but she felt like because we were talking that she needed to talk to me all the freaking time when I wasn't working.
Yeah, it's just like that because she doesn't do shit all day long. She does absolutely nothing. She lives vicariously through the people she's talking to. And like I just watched Salty's recap of the live stream. She said Amber was on the phone the whole entire time during the live stream, texting like, dude, this is your job. Can you at least put down your damn phone for like a microsecond while you do this live stream and go back to whatever you're doing before? Yeah, she does that because honestly, she has nothing else going on in her personal life, so she just lives vicariously through the people that she's talking to. It's sad, really.
And I just wasn't about that.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say, did you zoom in on them? Oh yeah.
Oh, here we go. People are nuts. Don't talk bad about me. WTF? Like what? You're supposed to say that, but whatever.
Yeah.
Did she
I don't even
send
know
you
how
this?
I was. Yeah, I sent her the screenshots because I don't remember why, but she had told me to text you, and I mean, it was dumb.
Why did she want you to text me?
I don't remember. Like I remember her telling me to save your number because that was when I was like supposed to take her to meet you, and I think she just wanted to make sure we had each other's number, like for that purpose. But I don't remember why she told me to text you.
Probably to see what I would say to you, so you would show it to her.
Maybe
if that makes sense. I love how you said, I'm not going to sugarcoat Amberlyn, though. She's definitely a bird of a different feather. You'll see. You were trying to tell
Yeah.
me.
Oh yeah. I think that's the part that she was talking about. Like, don't talk bad about me.
She probably absolutely hated that you said, but she has her own demons to battle. And they caused issues. She probably hated that.
Yeah, especially with that little last section that Beck just read. That was Destiny definitely I'm taking, was trying to warn Beck. If you want to go with this, you're in for one hell of a ride. Like, honestly. Ugh. Should have read that last sentence a couple times back before you decided to go ahead to be with Amber.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Who is that?
Oh my God.
I can like barely read it.
All right, I'll read it. She said, be honest, okay? And don't try to spare my feelings, LOL. And I said, okay. She said, do you have any sort of feelings for me yet? Oh my God.
Do you have some sort of feelings for me yet? Damn, homegirl is desperate. She was desperate then, she's desperate now. God damn.
I was like, I enjoy talking to you a lot, but if you mean like falling in love, then no. Not yet. That would come after dates and spending time together, not just phone combos or texts. She's like, no, I don't mean falling in love. Yes, she did. But okay, I was just wondering. And I'm like, if you mean, do I like you? Then yes, I do. I don't want you to talk to anybody else. I'm like, are you trying to see so you can move on to somebody already? Like, we're just hanging out. We literally just started talking. I think this had to have been like within
It
the
was
first.
it was before y'all physically met.
Yeah, it was before we physically met because that's what I just said, not just phone combos or texts.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, I was like, if you mean, do I like you? Then yes, I don't want you to see anybody else. So she's like, yes, that's exactly what I wanted to hear.
But yeah, you guys, since I want to go through the whole video, I didn't want to cut out anything yet because I was highly entertained by this. So it might be either a 2 or a 3-parter. It might be a little bit behind T by the time I'm done with it, but I'm going to do all 3 parts or 2 parts or whatever because this is fascinating to me. But yeah, that's it for on this video. I will catch you in the next video later. Bye bye.